Okay, so we've got some data here, and we're going to pretend that each of these represents some type of a record. So 45 is with Fayette, and 53 is with Jefferson, etc. So if I wanted to sort this information alphabetically, and I thought I was just going to select this column and say sort A to Z, continue with the current selection, I've just suddenly broke it, right? So now these records no longer match up with what they did before. So to fix that, if I'm going to sort this, I need to make sure that I get both columns. I'm going to say filter, custom sort, sort by column A, and then I want it to be values A to Z alphabetically. And so now it's done that. Okay, so here we have a slightly more complicated example. So let's say that in all of this I want to sort by vendor. Remember, I have to select everything or my records will break. So filter, custom sort, and then this time I'm going to make sure this little box here is checked, and that means that it's going to recognize that the top row identify the headers for each of these columns. So when it sorts, it'll leave that alone. And so instead of saying, column A, B, C, and D, by clicking this, it actually is going to give me the name of this column header. So we're going to sort by vendor, just like that, and we're going to go alphabetical A to Z. Alright, so we can see that Chipotle Mexican Grill is the, so we'd have to scroll down a long way to see the next one, but there's Olive Garden, etc. So I'm going to undo that. Let's make it slightly more complicated. So let's say that in this custom sort, we want to sort by payment date, but then we want to add a level, and then we want to sort by vendor ID, right? And then let's say after that we want to sort by the sales representative. We could keep going on and on. So we're going to sort like that, and we're going to hit OK. Okay, so far so good. But let's say, what if we didn't like that? What if instead we wanted to sort by sales representative first? If I go back, it's going to remember what my choices were. So I can just click this and then move this up and move it up again, and now it's going to sort by sales rep first, and then by payment date, and then by vendor. Cool. And there's one other thing that you could think about too, is that when you're doing these sorting options, you can sort A to Z, or you can sort backwards, Z to A, if you're alphabetical. But you can also, instead of sorting on values, sometimes you can sort on things like the color. So if you had certain things manually selected as a certain color, you could select that whatever color it was, and it would move that to the top or bottom. So there's different ways you can sort it. Just get familiar with it, because sorting and filtering your data is very important when you're doing any type of data analysis. So it's a good skill to have.